Hello, class. Today is Monday, August 19th, and this is my week 7 check-in video for social work 501 for summer of 2024. So we are at the beginning of week 7, our last week in this class. And I've really, before we go over sort of, um, last week's discussion post on emerging adulthood and sort of what we're doing this week, I just want to really say that I've enjoyed having, working with you all this semester and having you all in class. And I did get the opportunity to meet with some of you via Zoom. So I thoroughly enjoyed that. And I just enjoyed getting to know each of you through your posts, through your assignments. And I hope that you have enjoyed this class and that you feel that you gained some valuable insights into human development across the lifespan that will help you in your career as a social worker. So I think you've all done a great job. So for week 6 discussion, emerging adulthood, you were asked to think about, is emerging adulthood a new stage, developmental life stage? And I think you all gave some really thoughtful responses and took a lot of really good points into consideration when thinking about this. In particular, the idea that emerging adulthood is not a life stage that might be available or might be something that is not available, but might not be something that is realistic for several people, depending on where they are in life. In some cultures, people get married younger. In some countries, there's a more need for individuals to work at a younger age. Even in this country, right? It's not other countries, but even in this country, finances have a big say in, does somebody get to stay in college or go to college to begin with and delay marriage and children? Because as I think it was Eric that pointed out that it was Eric, I believe, that pointed out, rightly so, that in some cultures or in some countries, the lifespan might not be as long as it is here in the United States or in other Western societies. And so delaying marriage and children might not be something that is realistic in some countries, or or just needing to work and support yourself and maybe family members. So really good job there. This week we're focusing on older adulthood and the topic of death and dying. There is, of course, your learning resources. There is, of course, the Rogers textbook, as well as Successful Aging and Creativity in Later Life article. Also in week 7, as we did earlier in the semester, we are looking at a Seasons of Life videos, and there are a few short stories that you're being asked to listen to. There's also the Aging with Grace, the Nun Study. What a great video this is, and there is a great book that accompanies it. And then here is some additional readings select one of the following readings to read and integrate into your discussions. And on death and dying, more Seasons of Life, and on Jen Silent. This is a very powerful video that I think that you all will enjoy. And then select one of the following readings on grief and loss, and there is one of the readings on spirituality. All right. As I mentioned, there are 2 week 7 discussions. The first is Kubler-Ross, okay? Kubler-Ross's theory on death and dying is sort of one of the most well-known theories on death and dying that that we study in psychology, social work, sociology, counseling, and in those fields. And Kubler-Ross, her idea was that individuals go through different stages um, of grieving when they're either themselves facing their own mortality or they're facing the death of a loved one. And things such as denial, anger, um, there's a list of them that she talks about. And in her early writings, she had originally stated that these were like a linear. People go through from one to the next, to the next, to the next. And in later writings, she herself said that no, this is not linear, and individuals can go from anger to bargaining, back to depression, back to anger again, whatever it may be, through life, through the grieving process, and that it's not linear, and it's just it looks different for each person. So there's a lot of theories of death and dying and of grieving and bereavement that are out there. This is one of the most well known. If you have any interest in death and dying or loss and grief, there is an elective in the social work program. I actually don't teach it in the online program. I teach it in the land-based program. It's a grief and loss. And in that class, we don't just talk about death and dying, although that is part of it. We talk about other types of losses and how we grieve those losses. But we do talk about in that class, Kubler-Ross's theory, and because it is sort of seminal work in this area. And so what I'm asking you here is you're going to learn about Kubler-Ross from your readings for this week. And as I mentioned earlier, there is a video, the Jen Silent video, that focuses on Chris Ann. It is a really powerful video of a transgendered woman and her journey through the end of her life. And so what I'm asking you to do in this discussion is to assess Chris Ann using Kubler-Ross's theory of death and dying. Where is she? How does this look for her? Where is she in this video? Where was she? Where do you think she's going next? Just assess her based on your understanding of her in the video, but definitely integrating what you've learned about Kubler-Ross. And then you are to follow up with at least one classmate. In your response, describe what you have learned from your peer and what you can add to your peer's learning regarding Kubler-Ross's theory of death and dying. Initial post due on Thursday. Replies are due by Sunday. Okay. So finally, week 7 discussion, older adult oral video presentations. So as you uploaded your older adult oral video presentation in yesterday, Sunday the 18th, in the week 6 assignment, I'm asking you to also post your older adult oral video presentation that should include the link to your video presentation as your initial post. Everybody must do this by Thursday of this week. By Sunday of this week, Sunday of week 7, the last week of the class, you are to respond to at least 4 classmates. So the first thing is you've got to view your peers' older adult oral video presentations. Once you have done that, then for 4 of your peers, or more if you wish, but at minimum 4, describe what you have learned from your peers through their presentations regarding the developmental stage and theories of development. Give specific examples from their presentations. And that is due by Sunday at 11:59 p.m. All right, so that is all. So again, I've enjoyed working with each of you. If you have any questions this week, please feel free to reach out. Oh, excuse me, I meant to mention this, the actual older adult oral video presentations that you submitted last night. I will be working on those this week, so be on the lookout for my comments and your grades in those presentations. I'll be watching them in the next few days, so you should be seeing your grades of those coming up. All right, take care. Bye.